I got a question for you because you're the only one who can answer. On behalf of all the wogs in the room, what was school camp like? Because we were never allowed to go. We were never allowed to go, and for no reason. Oh man, you can't go nowhere. Why not? You make up all these reasons because it's raining, a hail, the snake, or the spider, the kangaroo punch you. And in Australia come with a big bush of high. Remember all the excuses we used to use as why we couldn't go? My teacher after a while goes, how many grandmothers do you have? This is the third one that's died this year. Hey, what do you mean you can't go to camp? You know, we were never allowed to do the things that you used to do. And I wish I had an Aussie mum. Because you guys had the, because you know what? Look, James, I don't really want to pick on you. I'm actually envious of you. Because, the Aussies, you could do whatever you want, you know what I mean? Well, you could do things that we would never. Do you know how much courage you need as a wog to do things that you would do every weekend? And do you know how much courage you need to ask your parents to have a sleepover? So you hear that? A sleepover. Just a sleep. That's all we wanted was a sleepover. But I want to have a sleepover. What's wrong with your bed? Discos, we weren't allowed to go to disco. You go in your room, turn the music up, and I come switch the light on and off, on and off, on and off. All these young kids they're having a gap year now, a gap year. Imagine asking your dad that you want to have a gap year. Papa, I think after school I'm going to have a gap year. Huh? What's a gap year? After school I've worked hard. I'm going to take a year off. You work hard. I needed the gap year, not you. Mate, if you don't go to work, I'll give you a gap right here. Do you understand? All right, once I asked him, can you tell me about the birds and the bees? Yeah, the bloody rotten bastard ate all my fig tree. Like these kids. You had a free ticket. I see, I'm not only making fun of you because we were envious. That's why we were envious of you, because you remember the Aussie birthday parties? We weren't allowed to have birthday parties. The first birthday party I had, I was 21, mate. Do you understand? Well, I used to love going to my Aussie birthday parties, my mates, because you get the whiz fizz. Remember the whiz fizz? And all the Aussies, they had cakes like they had a football cake, or they had a cake like a super action hero. What did the Italians have? A torta con il cuore. He's looking at me like this. I'll explain, don't worry, I'll explain. It's just an Italian cake with liqueur in it. One year we had an uncle who had half of it, he got 0.05 over the limit. I wanted to be an Aussie. We wanted, you know what, the wogs, we pick on the Aussies, but deep down, we wanted to be like you, but without the food.